a lot of things, and then he concedes the election and it goes ahead. President Mahama has always been known as a people person, a friendly person, someone who is outgoing. I mean, I remember seeing him as Bamianko during the commissioning of the E block there, and I was marveled at how he's so easy. Just someone just walked up to him, said "Vimit," and they started having a conversation. I mean, someone that he didn't know from Adam. So, what does this do potentially for the image of John Dramani Mahama?
I don't know if it will do anything for or against his image. I think that what will happen is that it will remain political football. NDC supporters will insist that, look, he did this, it was in tandem with his personality, which is well known and well documented as the things that you just said about him, his calm demeanor, likable personality, that he did this on his own. NPP supporters will insist that no, all of that claims are a fluke, and that in this election, as said by the Asante, he was persuaded before he conceded defeat. That's what it will remain. I am not sure that it will affect his personality in any way, because he has over the years spent a lot of time and energy to build that personality. He's generally, even his arch political rivals concede that he has a rather calm demeanor, and
he's generally a nice guy.
He does not have a disposition which is repulsive and which is not conducive to the peace and togetherness and all of that. So I don't think it will affect him in any way. All that will happen, it will remain political football. The MPP guys will insist that, all of that perception that you guys have had about him are false. In this election, he didn't want to leave power. He was only persuaded to do so. The NDC supporter will insist, no, he considered defeat on his own. That is well known. That is the man. That is his personality. That is his character. That nothing changed.
Right. Thank you very much, Malik. So we just took a quick detour to discuss some of these issues because they are making rounds. And it's important that we come to a full understanding of what was said and what it means. Having done that, it's 10 minutes past 8. This is still the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Like we told you earlier, we're going back to the Black Star Square to speak with Enimwa Enimado, because tensions there are boiling. Parents are frustrated. The wards are feeling sick and they are crying. My goodness. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Telesol 4G Just a Touch. Before we do anything else, Enimwa, good morning once again.
Daniel.
Yes, anyway, I'm having a problem with the line on this side. Please reposition yourself for a moment. Before we go finally to Enimwa to get that report, Telesol offers the fastest internet experience on 4G in the country with coverage in Accra, Tema, Ho, Koforidua, Takrade and Bolgatanga. For the youth, Telesol has Telesol Wave bundles designed to cater for youth lifestyle, starting from as low as 2 cedis 50 pesos. Telesol has 4G internet service to meet business, homes and on-the-go needs. This is 4G data, not only on your phone and handheld devices, but also extended for use in offices and homes. Can you believe that? Telesol 4G for everyone. Now, Telesol Fiber Broadband. Telesol has fiber broadband services for homes and offices at affordable rates with varied speeds, unlimited and bundled data options. Do you live at Airport Residential Area, Laboni, Rich, Cantonments, Jolu, and other locations? Call Telesol to find out about your area and service availability. Call Telesol today on 0303 975 342 or 344, or send us an email on inquiry@telesol4g.com. Telesol, just a touch. Let me go back to Enimwa now. Enimwa, good morning again.
Hi, Daniel.
Great. The line is much, much better. Has the situation changed? Has the registry,
Yes, well, actually, yes, it has changed a little bit. In that there are so many more people here now. Maybe the number has, I would say, doubled in the past hour or so since I spoke to you. A few minutes ago, there was an announcement that was made to try and group the people here into 3 categories. The first category was for students who have not been placed at all. The second category was for parents or students who wish to change the schools that their children have been placed in because of either the day or boarding facilities and the distance traveled. And then the third group of people, there was a certain aggregate given within which, if you fall, then you should be in. To be quite honest, there was a bit of a moment of terror because there was a mini stampede as people started to run across the stadium to try and get into the designated zones. So that's what's happening now. The officials have started to see some people, specific people though, because from what my eyes can see, there's people of service, so people in uniform, military, police, people who are being attended to at the moment. But the regular Ghanaian has not been seen yet. There's a very long line here. And I have some parents here. There's a gentleman who was at Infantipim this weekend, and he'll tell his story. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my ward has been given Infantipim Senior High School, and we went to the school on Wednesday to collect the prospectus. We've gone there, we bought the prospectus. We came back home, we bought everything, and we have been asked to report to the school on Sunday. So we bought everything, and then the trunk and everything. And we gone on this. That was yesterday, Sunday. As we got to the school, the authority in the school just told us that our name or his name is not on the list. And we waited for about 3 hours. They came to talk to us that this, and as I'm speaking now, some of my families are also over there now. Some of them didn't come back at all. Even as we were there, even a woman just collapsed before he was taken to the hospital. Don't know what happened to him. We just heard that he lost his life. That it has become too much for us. Now I can't go and buy anything. I've used all my money that to buy trunk, everything that is brought to the school. So even if they change the school now for me, I don't know where to get the money before they go back to the school.
And Daniel, this gentleman is almost in tears as he's speaking. I'm joined by another younger lady here. Good morning. What's your situation? My brother has got me back all and it's very much right now. It's so weird. I don't even know what. Okay, Daniel. There's another lady here as well. Good morning.
So good morning. Because you're coming on Namasawa. Because Yanni, yes, sir, Monday. I know what is coming to Yambra. In the young person, but today we are many people, and we dream economic tire. That's not like. Before further 2 years, I am coming down over 800 people. And I have to up 8 o'clock, and then I'll fix down now from my back. No police, no thing. And parents, they are very nice. I think that's time. I'm about the man, I'm the doctor. I'm a different doctor. I'm a different power. I think I'm a child. I'm a child. I want to say the most. I want to say their work well.
Daniel,
yes.
There's so many more stories. There's a lady here as well who has sold everything that she has so that she can pay for her son's school fees. I'm talking to her right now.
Hello, boss. My friend is Faustina. Me bani ya online. Man is good. Yeah. I'm saying self placement. Ya manaka academy. Ya quality processors are people in your mania. Ya for almost so many. And quality estim. The bigger headmaster and all this vacancy.
Daniel, I've taken the phone from her because at the moment the soldiers are using their belts to beat some of the people who are standing at the door, trying to go upstairs to where the officials are. We'll be posting a video on Twitter and on Facebook so that you can see for yourself. The crowd is getting angry because it seems as if some preference is being shown to some section of the people here, and they are gaining access. And so it is turning a little bit violent. But let me go back to this story that I was telling you just before that happened.
It's your buyer. I did tell me, I didn't see no. I'm saying, yes, I'm for your self placement for your poor school now, your money now, and you start to be in a room. But to be banning 9, my colleague on protect. Me me kwa na me kwa hete sa me bani na qualify school na e bi no mu kura kita wrong math 280 ya mo science so me bani na 485 ya post the school dia that placement and so why you need to ya ba ele bi no mu ka tell kita 2000 Ghana cedis so bi e pe dia be nya ma yema ade tu na mo ye ta Daniel.
Yeah, anyone, I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know.
Daniel, I said my young.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my
Hello.
Hello.
Aha, mommy pacho line munya kaka nti jina ye mami why. Na jina so just a moment. I'll come to you. Yeah, kaka jina so just a moment. I'll come to you. I just want to explain to listeners that we spoke to a woman earlier who said her son got aggregate 09. He was not placed in any school at all. Afterwards, he tried to get Accra Academy through the self-placement system. They went and then they went back. They were told they could not go. I have another woman on the line. Hello, anymore?
Yes, Daniel.
Great. So go back to that woman, but I'm curious to know which schools that they chose. These parents whose children seem to get very good grades, but they were not placed at all. Which schools did they choose?
So far we have one from Accra Academy. We also have another one from Achimota as well, and also in Fansipim. So we'll be going to a gentleman whose daughter was hoping to go to Wesley Girls as well in 1 second, but I'm taking you back to the lady that you were speaking to.
Great. Take me back there.
Okay, yeah, I come there.
Uh-huh. Hello. Yeah, ma pacho line em say munya kra. Ma wonne so kakra mami.
Bano oyare, but you have never to you know. I see you not in the fire. Tell me about her. Prayer that is not don't say about this. Am I not for Hannah? That's how much so. That's how much I'm going to say. You know, that's your money. That's what you know.
Yo, so this woman says that she was approached by someone who said that if she pays, they can have her
2,000 Ghana cedis. They would sort out the placement of her ward school. But I also have a gentleman here, Daniel, who has a very similar story.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Mr. Ivan Swanson. My daughter got a Wesley Girls, and we went there on Wednesday. She's supposed to report at the school yesterday, Sunday. And we went there on Sunday. Her name was not there. They asked me to come to GS. So I came here on Thursday. Thursday, when we came, the director told us that we should go and do another self-replacement. But what I got is not a self-replacement. Then we went, when I went, internet cafe, nothing was there. Then I came back again. Was so lucky, I met the director who asked me to go to internet cafe. I came and met him again, and I showed my papers to him that my daughter got a Wesley Girls, and we went there. Her name was not there. And you asked me that I should go to internet cafe, and another replacement is there. When we went there, nothing is there. Then I showed the paper to him. He said that I should go back. He's very sorry. There is a problem, so I should go and check by 3 o'clock. My brother, I went and then checked 3 o'clock. Till now, nothing is done. My daughter supposed to go to school yesterday. Yesterday is 15. Today is 16. And my daughter asked.
Okay, so
Daniel, just one more story before we go.
Hello, if I saw your friend Helen, I don't on this day. So I tell you, now, money back is cry. When you're back for yourself, places, and those you see that everyone will be quiet. People who need back to pray. The one who knows what I said, The car has says, no, book at them or and then Papa has 2 o'clock. Eh, Papa Gina has a young person and you. After the family, I said to my 4 days, man. A mother started this year, I said, I need the year walk. The year, we are one that someone, yes, someone. The education officer, I don't know why and about I have debate to make a so.
And I have a student here, and I really just want to know how she feels about it. I feel sad because I got at Chimota Senior High. When I went, they said my name is not there, so they will not take me as a student there. Total score, I got 401.
Hello? Anyone are you there?
They did not say anything.
And we are finding it difficult hearing what is happening at the Black Star Square. So there seems to be a general challenge with people who got really good scores and they didn't get placed into the schools of their choice. Let me try and switch back to Enimwa and hear the student she's speaking to. It's quite unfortunate. So the general challenge here is that people worked hard, got good grades, and they did not get schools. So what I am trying to understand here is that which schools did they choose? How were they displaced from those schools? How come they were moved to their 5th choice schools? Why is it that now at this stage their names will be displayed somewhere? Some schools will give them prospectuses. They'll go back there and they'll be turned away. How is it that there were glitches in the computer systems? How are these being rectified? And I think the key question on the mind of all these parents and their children will be, where will they be going to school? So if you're one of these people and you want to send us a message, please do so. 0244-340-437. 0244-340-437. I have some people tweeting at me now. At Brainy says, our children need to be taken through psychological counseling before the school placements are released. Look at what is happening at the Black Star Square. Are their needs not being met? We are recording more of such cases. Okay, Enima is back with us on the line. Hello, Enima.
Yes, Daniel, hi. Okay, so I'm joined by another lady. Hey, hello.
Hello, Ma. It's saying.
Fine.
Great. I want us to talk, okay? First of all, Wobano nya score saying you choose schools.
Daniel, please speak English.
Okay. Thank you. What scores did the person get? What schools did the person choose?
The person had aggregate 12. He chose Achimota School.
She chose Achimota School.
Yes.
Achimota School and 12. What?
He chose Achimota School for the first. The second was Ghana National College. The third was Agro Memorial. The fourth was Amforty Senior High School, with the category D school being Laboni Senior High School.
Great. So what happened after that? Where was the child placed?
He was placed in his category D school, Laboni Senior High School. Okay. And that one is a 6th grade.
It's a day school.
When it's from the category D, it's day. And that is where they go.
Okay, so you wanted to have that changed.
In his 2nd or 3rd choice.
Okay, so you wanted to have that changed?
Yes.
Yeah, so what happened then?
We were here on Thursday. We were told on Thursday, they only said those who have not been placed yet, so go and come back on Monday. So last night, a friend of mine came here and she got a number at 11 p.m. Got number 390. But here we came in this morning to join her here, and there are lots of people here, and now we are being regrouped in this category, and I don't know how they are going to manage it, because a group has been sent under one set, then they are those who have not been placed. Another group are those who have a certain aggregate, and those who want to change, they are in one long, so I don't even know where I am in the because there's no order here. So you don't know when you served or when you are attended.
We are told that there are soldiers and there are security officials there. Some of them are carrying whips
yes.
And what have you.
No, I've not really seen anybody they can see. But what I've seen there is, I right now asked the ARC. up the act, we have those who, the military men, the soldiers, and the policemen, with the fire service personnel. They are all there. I'm even being told now that someone else has collapsed. And I think they have been served. They are the protocol list. And earlier on, someone was telling me those people have paid 100 cities, and they paid 100 cities so that they can serve it. And they are there. They are up there. Days where the president's gallery is. They are coming down, which means they've been settled. But we are still here. We don't even know how we are going to get in or how we are going to get whatever it is we want.
So where's your child now?
Daniel, I'm moving to another gentleman who is also here trying to sort out his situation.
Hello, my name is Mr. Samuel Youngster from Accra here. My daughter had aggregate 9. Then, so we were confident that for getting a school isn't going to be a problem. So we went to the website, and all we saw was that she make self-placement. She wasn't giving any school, and she wanted to decide. So they said we should do self-placement. So we did the self-placement, and then we were told that we had a tema SHS. So on Friday, we went to the school, and fortunately for us, her name was on the board. So we were very happy that we were asked to go through some formalities. We then, when it reached my turn and I submitted the form, they told me his name, even though on the board, is not in their system. So we should go back to Blaster Square and do a checkup. So we quickly rushed down to Blaster Square that Friday, and it was a tug of war to get one of the officials. So he took my information and told me that I should select 3 other schools or 2 other schools in addition to the tema SHS. So I did same, and she promised, she noted down everything and said that by Monday morning, check the website and then everything will be in order and get one of the 3 schools that we have selected. Up till now, the website is blank. There is nothing at the website. And I came back to the Independence Square here and come and see the crowd. It's not big. The crowd is so much. What our leaders, what are they doing? This system has been here for years. This computerized system has been here for years. And the problem on it is just increasing. Why? We are not seeing any improvement in the system. What are our leaders doing? The degrees and all the masters and all that we can think of, the Cambridge and all the universities in the world that our leaders have gone, they cannot just make simple placements for our children in school. What is the future of these children? Look at it. Every parent is frustrated over here. People are collapsing. And then when they are now saying that protocol, when we are going to vote, did we go and say protocol first? We all go and vote at the same time. We don't know what is happening. Who hasn't got a degree? Who hasn't got any qualification? Has been able to manage this system perfectly. And now that we have a Harvard and so on and so forth, and the whole system is bogus, what is our leaders doing? It will come to a time no guardian will go and vote because we cannot trust anybody, whether MPP or NDP. They are all foolish and stupid. They are not doing it. They are not helping the country. Bullshit.
Apologies for the way he ended that there. It's 29 minutes to the top of the hour. This is still the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. You can hear and you can feel the frustration and the tension. What's going on at the Black Star Square in Accra? So what we are going to do is that we will take a few messages. When we come back, we'll speak to Dr. KB Tando. He's a Deputy Director General of the Ghana Education Service. The big question on all our minds is why? Why is all of this happening? We've been implementing CSSPS for the past 14 years. Why is this happening? And also, when do these kids go to school? Remember, this is Big Stories on the Super Morning Show, brought to you by Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? Vodafone, the future is exciting, ready? And Latex Phone, your partner for life. It's back to school season. And Guarantee Trust Bank Ghana Limited has amazing news for students, parents, and guardians. Pay admission and school fees for fresh and continuing students without stepping in the banking hall or school premises through Bank *737# or My GH Pay. You can also walk into any of our branches nationwide to make payments to over 100 schools through our GT Collect platform. Call 0302 611 560 or toll free 0800 124 000 for enquiries. Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? Big Stories is brought to you by, well, like I said earlier, Guarantee Trust Bank. Wouldn't you rather bank with us? Vodafone, the future is exciting, ready, and Latex Foam, your partner for life. Now send money to your family or friends for free on Ghana's most secure mobile money operator, Vodafone Cash. There's absolutely no charge when you send money from Vodafone Cash to Vodafone Cash. Just dial star 110 hash to send money on Vodafone Cash today and enjoy this amazing offer. Vodafone, the future is exciting. Ready? Now, if you're looking for a 1, 2, or 3-seater and L-shaped sofa crafted to the finest details and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotel, look no further. Latex Foam is your one-stop shop destination, whatever your choice and budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life. We'll be right back to speak with Dr. KB Tando, the Deputy Director General of the Ghana Education Service. He will be explaining to us what exactly is going wrong for these 5,000 to 6,000 people to gather at the Black Star Square here in Accra.
Welcome to 21st Century Service Provision. Need to pay your ward school fees?
Thanks, Daddy.
Want to flex that girl?
Wow, he's so cool.
Grandma needs airtime to fill me in on all the village filler.
Hey, me be a guy.
Or you're just tired of having to hop from app to shortcodes to website and back. Welcome to the new phase of buying, selling, and connecting with customers. Welcome to convenience and technology. Welcome to My GH Pay, myghpay.com. Make or receive payments online from anywhere using a Visa card, MasterCard, GH Link card, or your mobile money wallet. Businesses, associations, institutions can get listed for free today and enjoy a new world of convenience. Download My GH Pay for free from Play Store and App Store. myghpay.com. Buy, sell, and connect. The platform for everyone.
I believe that I can be all of the best. Whatever I do, guaranteed to take the lead.
Ma, please give me your phone. Let me make a quick call.
So you're still on that network that gives you fair data and talk time, where Vodafone has double the Red 1, Red 2, and Red 5 offers. For 5 CDs, Chikra. You get 250 minutes to call all networks, 250 megabytes data, and more.
I'm moving to Vodafone today.
Switch to Vodafone to enjoy double Intuswar on red bundles of 1, 2, and 5 CDs. Enjoy double talk minutes to call all networks and double data to browse. Vodafone always gives you more. Dial star 200 hash to subscribe now. Terms and conditions apply.
The future is exciting. Ready? Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice, whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Charlie, where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial star 770 hash and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Enjoy fast, affordable, and dependable 4G service in Accra and Tema, in your office, home, or on the go. Contact Telesol today on 0302 221 658 or 9 or 0303 975 342 or more, or our website telesol4g.com. or send us an email through enquiry@telesol4g.com. Telesol 4G, just a touch.
So you wanted that weave, that one that's so long it touches your toes. Got it. A disco light for the room when the sweetheart comes over. Swoon your matron. Bagged it. Those chrome spinning wheels that will have people at church praying to be you. Bought them. Now, how about those mega woofers that will wake up the whole neighborhood? Ordered. Because you've got the card that makes it all possible.
You don't need a bank account to spoil yourself. You can now securely load funds for travel, pay for goods and services online and at your favorite shop, or give your loved ones unending spending options or possibilities with a perfect gift card. Get a Cowbank prepaid card now, because you can.
Cowbank, forward together.
Bibiara wa melkom, Luciano le melkom, Nofiano ye melkom. What are you looking for? Melkom got it all. Great discount, no door. Yamafia so. Best bargains on our days. Everything here is a bargain. High quality, goods be a priority. So tell your mom, tell Poppy, tell your actually everybody.
Ago, my people, the Electoral Commission announces that the exhibition of the voters' register comes off from Tuesday, 10 September to Tuesday, 17 September 2019 from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. All those who registered from the 2012 up to 2019 registration exercises should go in person to their polling stations to check if their names and particulars have been properly captured in the register. Go with your voter's ID card to facilitate fast checking of names. If you have lost your ID card, you should still go and check. Go to the polling station and have all your complaints resolved. Help ensure a clean and credible voters register by helping to remove names of deceased relatives. Come along with burial, death or obituary notice to help clean up the register. Let us help clean up the voters register to ensure free and fair election. Remember, the exhibition of the voters register comes off from Tuesday, 10 September to Tuesday, 17 September 2019 from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily.
Super Morning Show. You already know, girl.
So we hit the hour of 9. This is still the Super Morning Show. Enjoy 99.7 FM. A lot more coming up this morning on the show. We'll be going to Kumasi, where Erastus Asaridonko has been speaking to some persons as they take a trotro and a taxi to work this morning, paying 10% more for transport. How is it affecting you? As T. Ranzi 89 says, today passengers are going to fight with trotro conductors due to the increment of transport fares. Me, I started paying 2 cedis 50 pesos from Teshi to Tema since Saturday. #JoySMS. At Elvis TY says, our leaders don't learn. After using the CSSPS for almost 15 years, we still have these issues. Innocent guardians are suffering. #JoySMS. So at Nekoto says, I am anyone spoke to a mother whose child was admitted to Accra Academy and the name was posted at the school as at Wednesday. By Friday, the kid's name was off the list and they are directed to go to the Solution Center at the Black Star Square. You're simply adding, At Livingstone says, I just paid my first increased fare from 1 CD 60 pesos to 1 CD 80 pesos, 10%. But you didn't tell us where you were taking the trotro or the taxi from. I'm guessing it's a trotro. You didn't tell us where you were taking it from. So stay tuned and we'll be speaking to Erastus shortly. Also, Dr. Yaosafo is already with us in the studio and we'll be doing a health check. You can say a full status update on the NHIS. Before we do all of that though, Dr. Kwabna Bimpa Tano the Dr. K.B. Tano, the acting Deputy Director General, Quality and Access at the Ghana Education Service, has joined us on the line. Dr. Tano, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Daniel, for the opportunity to speak to you this morning as well as to your listeners this morning.
In the first place, you are aware of these challenges that are going on with the CSSPS system. Can we say it was expected? Did we put in a contingency for something like this?
Well, Daniel, thank you so much. Before I even address your question, I would first like to speak directly to the parents, anxious students, as well as guardians and loved ones all around the country, as well as at the Independence Square. And to also let people know that under no circumstance will the security personnel who are there to protect lives abuse anybody or do anything that is untoward. So it is quite unfortunate that your reporter put on air that something like that is happening. And if it is happening, we appeal to the security personnel to ensure that calm is maintained at the Independence Square. We appreciate the work they do. It is not easy work. It is very, very difficult work. And we also appeal to the general public to cooperate with the security personnel as well as with our staff. I'd also like to address a few issues and allegations coming up about people taking cash in order for people to be placed. What I would always ask individuals to do is that if such a situation is to happen, you don't just make a statement that this person has taken my money or that person or someone has taken my money. Would like to have names so that we can get to the bottom of it, because a lot of us put information out there that is not substantiated. And so if such a thing is happening, we are appealing to the general public that anybody that would approach you that in order for your child to get a school, you need to pay money. We want to know, because we always hear these rumors and people put it out there all the time. But if such things are happening, we'd like to know so that we can trace it to the source and then put the right disciplinary measures in place. Those are two things that I really want to get out there. And I just want to also let parents, students, and everybody on the Independence Square, I know they are very frustrated, because it is nerve-wracking when you feel like your child has been given a school or no school and you want your child to go to school. So I would appeal for calm. What I would also say is that this, in a small way, is actually showing that people are buying into the idea that they want their children to have further education. Because the more people want to have access, the more people will knock on your door. But on our side at the Ghana Education Service, we have done a lot to ensure that we can prepare people, that we can get people into schools that they qualify for. If you will permit me, I would let you know that as at last night, which was the last time our system, as at last night, out of the 473,728 students who have qualified for school, 416,097 had been placed in a school of their choice, either through automatic placement or self-placement. And then out of that, 151,157 are on the gold track, 143,067 are on the green track, and 121,157 are on a single track school. So as of today, a lot of our students who qualified have gotten schools. As of today, we still have vacancies in schools around the country, totaling close to 100,000. But the people who have to now find schools are less than 70,000. So we have vacancies. It's just a matter of mismatch, because as I went on your show on Saturday, our choice pattern is one of the major challenges that brings us to this point. But in terms of the placement process itself, we have explained again and again and again, the placement process works. It's just that our choice pattern has not been such that it has matched with the placement. Let me give you some quick examples of that. we have a situation where I want to talk about some of your parents. There was a parent who did self-placement on Wednesday at Infantipim. There was another parent who talked about Accra Academy. I believe her name is Fosina, and that she was placed. She got self-placement at Accra Academy. And then your very frustrated parent whose child got placed at Tema School through self-placement. I would address their issues if you would.
Yeah, go ahead.
But what the first thing I would like to say for the parent is that, your child may have gotten an aggregate 9. And a lot of other people and a lot of other listeners out there, their children got aggregate 9 and aggregate 8 and aggregate 7, and so forth. So it is what we need to understand is that the children that qualified were 473,720. Out of these children that qualified, most of them chose the same type of school. Because even though we have 721 schools around the country, everybody wants to go to mostly the Cape Coast schools, the Accra schools, the Kumasi schools. But we have schools all around the country. So most of the time, people will choose either an Infantipim, the Holy Child, the Wesley Girls, Abisadel, and I'm taking the Cape Coast schools for a reason. And they'll choose it as first choice. Then those same students may choose the Category B schools in Cape Coast, Agri Memorial, Ghana National. They'll choose it as second choice. Then most people will choose another Category 2 school or Category B school, third choice, because you have the opportunity to choose it twice. And so they may come and then choose like a Laboni, or they may choose another school like that. Then they will go and choose their fifth choice school. And then unfortunately, what happens when they are choosing their fifth choice school is that they go back to choose a Category A, since a Category A is available for day as well, and the fifth choice is day. And so they'll choose another Category A. Now, if you get this type of pattern, then what happens is, let's use the example of Infantipim, because one of the parents talked about Infantipim. There were 4,804 students who chose Infantipim in the choice files. 4,804. The vacancies at Infantipim were 1,021. And so you will see from this that only 21.25% of the students who chose Infantipim will get access to the school. The rest will be moved to their second choice school. All 3,800 of the students will be moved to their second choice school. Now, when they are moved to their second choice school, and let's say they are brought to Ghana National, and let me use Ghana National because they chose Ghana National. Ghana National's choice is 35,501. They will go and add themselves to that. And then what they will do is they will displace all the people who chose Ghana National first because they were better than them when they came from Infantry. I'm not saying one school is better than the other, but in the order of merit. So if you choose all these schools and then you are unable to be, then you would have people who got aggregate 10, aggregate 11, who are unable to be placed. If you choose all this and you're unable to be placed, for the first time in just the past few years, what we are doing is that we are allowing people to go to self-placement because we cannot place people into schools. I think that it is also important for us to understand, not long ago in this country, children were not going to school until December and sometimes even January because the CSSPS system that was running then, they were running it 2 and 3 times, first round, second round, third round. And what our improved system has brought is that right after the automatic placement is done, you are given the opportunity to do self-placement. Now, I would like to address quickly the Independence Square issue. We set up that place as a solution center, but we have 416,000 people who already have schools. Most of the challenges, if we would be sincere in what is happening at the Independence Square, most of the people have schools. They have schools. It's just that the schools they chose, they have decided they don't want it again because they chose it as day and it has been given to them as day. Most of them chose a program and they are saying they don't want the program, they want to change the program. And then the third part are people who went to do the self-placement when the information was put out. That please, there was a challenge with the self-placement between the 9th and the 11th. So if you take your infantile parent, for example, the press statement was put out on Thursday, and he did the self-placement on Wednesday. That anybody who did the self-placement between the 9th and the 11th, you should go back and recheck. And most of those parents just didn't take the time to go back and recheck, and then just went to the schools. You know, and unfortunately, this had happened. I can identify with some of the frustrations. We are not going to push aside the frustrations of the general public. But what I would also continue to plead with the general public, people at Independence Square, people in Kumasi, people all over the country, is that let's exercise a certain level of patience in addressing these things. We have put children in school. There was the parent whose child went to Tema SHS and couldn't go. You know, he kept talking about the fact that, can't we do this? We have done it over and over and over again. Every year there are challenges. The years before 2016, the challenges were worse. People were fighting for schools into December. And I think we are quick to forget that. But what we are saying is that let's at least deal with this in an orderly way. That parent there has the choice to go and do self-placement. If you get your self-placed school and you wish to do a change, you can go through the process to see if there are vacancies in another school of your choice that you can go to. But to all of us, you know, make the impression as though we don't have schools and that there is something going on. You know, I think that it doesn't help all of us. And we are just asking for a certain level of calm. We are asking for a certain level of patience as we deal with it. We do appreciate the frustration. We are not going to put that aside, but we are asking the general public, frustrated parents, students, and everybody to help in terms of working with us to resolve their solution.
First of all, Dr. Tando, we would agree that not having schools is not the only problem associated with the CSSPS system. So that some parents, for instance, may say that the school my ward got is too far and it's a day school.
Yes.
Great. That being said, I just wanted us to get that out of the way.
Well, but what I would say is that the day schools, right? One of the things we need to fundamentally understand one thing. Even I would ask our friends in the media to help communicate properly to people. Fundamentally, no one is placed in a school they didn't choose. No one is placed into a residential category they didn't choose. And no one is placed into a program they didn't choose. So for a parent to come and say that I live in Kumasi and I was placed in an Accra school day, I would ask our friends from the media to look at their placement slip. Because at the bottom of their placement slip is the school they chose, the number, whether or not it was their first, second, third choice is also there, the program they chose, and the residential status. So they will tell you that I live in Kumasi, I was given Achimota and I was given to it at day. Let's go to the bottom of the page, look at their Achimota choice, and look at their residential preference, and you will see it was day. So it is the student and the parent's choice. And so, you know, we don't want it confused out there that they have been put in day schools far away. Everybody had the opportunity because, and in this country, you can't tell someone that, you know, you live in North Kanishi and you have chosen a school in Fafaha and maybe it's too far. For all we know, they have a family member that lives in Fafaha and they made that choice. So they can't turn around and blame the CSSPS system for placing them wrongly when you told us that's what you wanted. We will entertain that, listen, this choice I made, I am no longer interested in that choice. And I would like to be considered for a change. And we will work with them to see if there is a possibility for a change. But what we want the general public to understand is that it was the student and the parent's choice in the first place. But we have set up a solution center to say, okay, in your choice process, you may have decided on a school, on a residential status, on a program that you no longer like. From that perspective, we are willing to work with you. But it shouldn't be out there that we have somehow misplaced or put people in programs in residential status or in schools that they didn't choose. I would like to make that very clear.
Dr. Tano, let's go to the self-placement issues that came from the 9th to 11th. What caused it?
Yes, please. Well, it's when the automatic placement was done, the system was put out there. Now, we need to understand that we are also living in a world now where there are a lot of really people with very bad intentions. And so people with very bad intentions are trying to do whatever they can to sabotage our system. We have put a lot in place to ensure that the sabotage won't happen. So as soon as we detected that there is the likelihood that something is happening, the best thing to do to protect the integrity of the system, and this is important, to protect the integrity of the system, we needed to shut the system down and see where there are possibilities of sabotage, correct it, and then put it out there. It is not new. Yeah, I lived and worked in the United States of America for a long time, and state institutions are always under sabotage. And so this is not new, as though the system is not good. Because if the system was not good, then we wouldn't even have been able to detect it. But when we detected it, we wanted to ensure that the integrity of the system will be intact. So we needed to shut it down, look at the situation, address the challenges, and then put it back up. In doing so, we needed to ensure that everybody that went into self-placement during that time, we needed to assure the public that the integrity was there. So we needed to ensure that those were reversed, and then we asked people to go back from category A to category E schools. So everybody was asked in a press statement put out by the Ghana Education Service on Thursday that they should go back and recheck to ensure that the system was fair.
So now that we have this issue before us and we have thousands of parents ask the Black Star Square, what do they do immediately?
Well, number one, we are asking parents, listen, we have Green Track, which is beginning school in terms of academic work today. We have Gold Track, that is not going to begin academic work until November 12th. We are just asking for parents to be calm. That's number one. Number two, your challenge will be addressed in so many different ways. Either at the Independence Square, we have put out a call center that we have staff there taking issues and addressing those issues. Now, if you are at the Independence Square, we would ask that orderly you go and then you let them know what your challenge is and how it can be addressed. You leave a contact, and then we will work on your challenge and we will see how we can address it and then get back to you within the next 24 to 48 hours. That is the first thing. Number two, we would ask people who came there because they have been placed in a day school and wanting to change to boarding. We would ask them to again leave that complaint, and then we'll see how best we can address it. But we also need to understand that not everybody can go to boarding school. And then number two, not everybody chose to go to boarding school. The day was their choice. Then number three, the people who are looking for program change. It is the same thing. You can come to us and we'll see how best we can address it for you. But you should remember that that was the choice of a program before the selection process began. Then the people that do not have schools, we are asking that same code that you use to check online, instead of being at the Independence Square to say, I do not have a school, go and do self-placement with that same PIN code. Look for available schools, whether day or boarding, that are within your choice, and then select one of those schools. So this, because it's not the Independence Square per se that will give you another school. You have a process. You went to check online. That's how you knew that you didn't have a school. Now, when you checked online and you saw you didn't have a school, right on that same screen, it said that do self-placement and put yourself in a school, rather than get in a car and drive to Independence Square or walk to Independence Square. right on that same edge, you were not placed in a school. It gave you an option to do self-placement. So why pick up yourself and then travel through the night to the Independence Square when that same system can find your school? If you come to the Independence Square and anybody is able to help you, it is that same thing you would have seen in that internet cafe at Katape that person will see at Independence Square. And so we are just asking for the people who don't have schools, the same thing you would see online is the same thing the help person at the Independence Square.
Okay.
So we are pleading that people at least go through the self-place. And then if you want to appeal that something should be changed, then you can go through the normal process. Those are the things that we would ask of people at the Independence Square and all around the country. But we would also like to mention again that most people have schools.
That fact would actually be disputed by a number of the parents who are at the Independence Square, the Black Star Square, pardon me, right now. But Dr. Kebitano.
Because, listen, if I am the only person out here right now that is hungry and have nothing to do, it doesn't matter if you tell me the rest of Ghana has had breakfast. Right? But the reality is that most of the people in Ghana have had breakfast. What I am telling you is that the truth of the matter is that out of the 473,000, 416,000 have schools.
Which is a majority.
They are unhappy with.
Which is a majority. Fair point. Dr. Kebitano, thank you very much for joining us. He's the Deputy Director General, Acting Deputy Director General in charge of Quality and Access at the Ghana Education Service. We're going to take the Joy Business Minutes, after which we get into the NHIS health check with Dr. Yao Osafo.
Good morning, here's Daryl and Karen with the Joy Business Minute.
Unionized commercial drivers have been warned to strictly comply with the approved transport fares for the various routes beginning this morning. Last week, the Ministry of Transport approved a 10% increase in transport fares as a result of an increase in input costs and recent adjustments in fuel prices.
Cocoa Board has signed the annual cocoa loan syndication deal in Paris, France with some 24 banks. The loan totaling $1.3 billion is to allow for the purchase of cocoa in the 2019-2020 crop season.
Meanwhile, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta is optimistic the cocoa syndication deal will impact positively on the local currency, preventing it from further depreciation against major trading currencies, especially the US dollar.
And oil prices surged by nearly 20% after two attacks on Saudi Arabian facilities on Saturday knocked out more than 5% of the world's supply. Brent crude, the international benchmark used by oil traders, jumped to $71.95 a barrel at one point.
We'll keep monitoring
and bring you more at 3:06.
In a world where everything is changing around you, sometimes you need to turn to someone. You want to move with a change in safe hands, and we are here to help. At Societe Generale Ghana, we understand change because we have transformed and evolved. No matter how our name may change, 43 years of retail and corporate banking expertise never changes, ensuring stability and trust. Digital innovation as the world moves forward to help you adapt, upgrade, and keep up. Bank with Societe Generale Ghana and enjoy doing your banking your way, whenever you choose, in our digital zones with cutting-edge digital banking products and quality services. You deserve a better bank and great rewards. We agree, the world only moves because you make it move. SG Ghana, the future is you.
It's not enough that your phone is like a PC in the palm of your hands. It should be super powerful and run like the fastest of PCs and allow you to multitask. It's not enough that your phone battery is better than most. It should be super powerful with fast charging. It's not enough that your phone's display is high quality. It should be the best. Your own movie studio with a cinematic infinity display screen. Introducing the next level power phone for power achievers. The new Galaxy Note 10 and 10 Plus with an intelligent S Pen that turns handwriting into text instantly and a 30-minute charge to last all day. That's next level power in your hands. Buy now and get 100% broken screen repair discount valid now till 31st December 2019. Terms and conditions apply.
Hooray! The big surprise is here. Are you a parent,
a Guardian, or JHS student moving on to SHS? Are you hoping to buy all items enlisted in your school prospectus from one shop without moving from one place to another? Are you looking for quality and affordable items for your ward's SHS admission and wondering where? Look no further. Prospectus Ghana Limited, your one-stop shop for all school items, is here. Buy directly from our shop on the Graphic Road opposite to Ghana, or call and place your order. Service delivery is available. Credit is available for everyone. Workers from both the formal and